Italy, Sicily, and martyred circa 251. Her legend has it that she was arrested for being a Christian and brought before the Roman governor of Sicily. When she rebuffed his seductions, he had her imprisoned, tortured, and eventually executed. His tortures included the tearing off of her breasts, which, it is said, were miraculously restored to her through a vision of St. Peter shortly before her martyrdom. She is, therefore, frequently portrayed holding a plate bearing a pair of amputated breasts. And I am not making that up either. There is a very well-known painting of Agatha carrying her breasts around on a platter. I had two thoughts about that. First of all, look though you will never find a picture of a male saint carrying a platter of anything. And you can trust me on that, I've done the research. That would be disrespectful. But a woman with a plate full of breasts, not so much. That made me a little bit angry. Secondly, if I knew that I was going to be executed the next day, would my prayer be, "Oh, St. Peter, give me back my breasts," or, "Oh, St. Peter, give me the key to my cell door"? So I don't think Agatha made either of those prayers, really. But what disturbed me was that in the mind of the person who invented this legend, a woman without her breasts is incomplete. A woman without her breasts, even if she's about to lay down her life for her faith, she's not quite ready for heaven. That got me even angrier. My mother underwent a mastectomy, and nobody in their right mind would have called her incomplete. Many of my friends have had breast cancer surgery, and this story, as it stands now, is an insult to them. Insult to the courage that they had in saving their own lives. So, I sharpened my little pencil and I got to work. Here's how I think it went, or should have. I never asked him for my breasts. Too many men already haggling over my flesh, what stays, what goes. But he appeared in my cell in a great swirl of mystic light. But his eyes stayed glued to the bloody blanket lying flat against my chest. "Bad day?" he asked. "Been better," I replied. "Here, let me fix you." And he reached out his hand. "No thanks, I'm good." A wrinkle creased his saintly brow. "But I can give them back to you." "I know, but don't." "Why not?" "Because I'm asking." He scratched his saintly scalp. "But you don't want to enter heaven incomplete, do you?" "Peter, they're going to kill me tomorrow. Breasts or no, I'm going in the ground." He worked his saintly jaw like he was chewing it over. Then he nodded and faded. But he must have been impressed, must have understood. Because in the morning, when I could bring myself to look beneath the covers, I found on my chest not my breasts, but his balls.